Streaming starting soon. I want to get a countdown. I should get a countdown on this, John, shouldn't I? Something like a joint to add to this, where we do like a minute countdown or something. All right, let's get it popping. Let's go, baby. Welcome everybody to another episode of Money Pot Podcast. I am your host. I am the CEO. I'm the president. They call me Moss Money. And today is another Eagle Rant day. And what are we talking about today? We're talking about Deebo Samuel. Yitty yak, 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 yak. And I don't want to waste no time. Let's get some background info on what we're talking about right now. So Deebo did an interview on a radio station, and the Eagles came up. So let's listen to it.
Deebo Samuel here with us. Well, something that is your call. I saw what you said about the Eagles back at the Super Bowl at Sirius, where if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, you guys would have won that game by double digits. Why would that have been the case?
I don't know. That's old.
So do you not still believe that?
I mean, I do, but I mean, we're not. That shit is like we're not gonna keep talking about it. I mean, I said what I
said. All right. So we already struck a nerve, right? Already struck a nerve with the homie. He was like, I said what I said. We're not going to keep talking about it. Stop talking to me about this. I said what I said. So being the media guy that CBS Sports and Zach Gelb is, he continues to push the bear.
Gotcha. So then what happens this year when you play Philly on December 3rd?
I don't know. Just wait till week 13, 12, whatever week it is. We'll show you.
All right. He know what motherfucking week it is. Right? We are living rent-free in Deebo Samuel's head. We are living rent-free in the rest of the NFL's heads. We are now the villains. People love to hate us. They just do. It is what it is.
Well, then you know how that's going to go down. You're going into Philadelphia. Those fans are going to be booing you loud. You have a message for Eagles fans?
Hey, guys.
All right. He calling for Ashley. He is done with the interview, which is crazy, right? Why is there such an emotional response from this? And I'm trying to understand why this is a big deal. But now you start to see on Twitter, you're starting to see little things about like 49er fans in Philly starting to show their colors, which is crazy to me because this whole 49ers teams from that playoff, we going to dog them. And that's what you should do. You should be talking your trash. But when you get your ass whipped, and it don't matter who was playing quarterback, it don't matter if he got hurt, he didn't get hurt, it doesn't matter. You lost the game. It is not our fault that your lineman didn't block better. It is not our fault that both your quarterbacks got hurt. We played the game the right way and we won. Your defense was still on the field. We still scored points. What are you going to do? What can we tell you? So I feel like the Niners are starting to creep up in that top tier of hatred of we don't like this team in Philadelphia. But let me keep going.
Yeah?
All right, we're good to go.
What do you mean? We have Deebo on right now.
Yeah, I know, but we're going to head into camp right now.
Are you serious? Okay. Thank you. There you
Thanks,
go.
Bye.
Deebo Samuel right there. Doesn't want to answer a few questions.
Uh-huh.
Are you serious?
Right.
He got
Are
hung
you
up
serious?
On because all we did
because we talking about the Birds? We talking about the Eagles? We get hung up right now because we talking about the Birds? Oh,
about the
man.
quarterback situation?
Right.
And then Philadelphia? And we get hung up on by Deebo Samuel? That's a joke. An absolute joke. That's absurd. We were told we had 15 minutes with him. He was on for 5-6 minutes, and he didn't want to answer anything. So I've done this long enough. That was just get the promotional plug out of the way. Then you don't want to answer any questions, and you hand the phone off to the public relations person. What a joke that was.
Soft. Soft. Right? That's how I look at it. Soft. That's how you. There's no other way to look at it. Just soft. Soft. Right? However you want to spell it. Soft. Like, come on, man. You still hurting about that? You still butt hurt about that, bro? Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Lace them up next year and let's go. And you kind of tried to go the high road. I give him that. But yo, man, this shit was last year. What we talking about? We gonna talk about that game, or we gonna talk about what's going on this year? You know what I mean? And when the host recognized that, he tried to still stay on the same subject because he saw it was touchy. But he was like, all right, well, what about this year? Oh, yeah, week 13, week 14. Man, you know what fucking week it is. Stop playing with us. You know what week it is. We live in rent free in your head, bruh. For whatever reason. And I guess so we should, right? Because we stopped you from getting to your ultimate goal, and was that getting to a Super Bowl? Because I'm pretty sure when you went to you think in your Super Bowl you was going to win. You know what I mean? 49ers versus the KC would have been a great Super Bowl. And I'm not taking anything away from San Francisco. San Francisco, obviously storied organization, and their rosters loaded, just like ours. Just like ours. But they not us, and they not the defending NFC champions. And they don't have their quarterback, or who knows what Trey Lance is going to be. Is he going to be good? Is he going to be bad? Who knows? Who knows? But they feel like it's a plug and play type offense, and they should be back. Man, that was something. That was kind of funny. So I want to ask you guys this, because it makes me feel excited, right, about the football season. Right? We get, you know what I mean? Football's starting to get in the air. And I think next week is actually Hard Knocks, right? So we're here. We're here. Where do the 49ers rank in your most hated football teams right now? Because we see how people come here and start their ruckus. They go into the art museum steps, they do their stupid chants, they desecrate Rocky. You just come here and you poke the bear. Now, granted, my hand big as shit. God damn, boy, that's a big ass hand. But anyway, but now we do understand that some fans are probably starting to kind of add a little bit extra to the Rocky just to make a name or do something extra with it. But before, somebody from the Minnesota Vikings did this same thing. Didn't end well for them. And now they're up there in that list. So top tier is obviously the Dallas Cowboys. We just hate Dallas. That's a granted, right? That's a granted for Dallas. But who's next in line? So for me, it's close. It's really, really close. But for me, it is now the Minnesota Vikings at number 2. My first one always and will always be Dallas. Second is the Minnesota Vikings. Because when they did their Skull Train, and that shit came on Channel 10, and we saw they put their bullshit on Rocky, and then the way they got their ass whipped in that game, it was such a perfect story. And then all the memes and stuff that came out of that game, such a perfect story told from a sports perspective. And it was just like, whoa, when we saw that. It's like, okay, wait till the night. You get your little thing in the morning, you come here, you do your little tailgate. Wait till tonight. So that's number 2. And I think these are interchangeable, but for me, number 2 is the Vikings. But number 3 is the New York Giants. I can't stand the Giants. We all have family who are Giants fans, right? Go Big Blue, blah, blah, blah this, blah, blah, blah that. Can't like it's in Division Two. Just can't stand the Giants. Really can't stand the Giants. And 4 was kind of like Tampa Bay at one point, just because we just really couldn't beat them back in the day. So Tampa for me was a really like sore spot for me. But man, those 49ers, man, I think 49ers, you can give 49ers a run at number 4 because they are so bitter and we're going to smell blood in the water. Right? Smell blood in the water. Right? I think they took out for the 5th for me was the New Orleans Saints. Oh man, I couldn't stand the Saints. The Saints for me were just like, oh my God, I can't stand the Saints. But I think 4 has now become the 49ers and 5 is the Saints. I can get Tampa out of there because they're going to be bad for a while. It's back to Tampa Bay Buck days for Tampa. But those are my top 4 hated NFL teams against the Philadelphia Eagles. Dallas, the Vikings, the Giants, those 49ers, and the Saints. Living rent free, man. I love living rent free in people's heads, man. I mean, when people don't like you, you just digging that thing just a little bit more because you know what? You smell blood in the water. And if you know what I mean, if you're a killer, if you're a competitor, once you smell blood in the water, that means you smell weakness, right? You smell emotion, right? So then it's like, okay, oh, you want to play? You want to play? Okay, we can play. We can play. You want to be a little bit aggressive? We can be a little bit aggressive. You want to play a little off? Whatever you want to do, bro. You know what I mean? Whatever we want to do. Because we win like assholes, but we'll lose in grace and lose like assholes too. Right? You know, we'll push it to the point where you want to do something. I'm like, we just kidding. That's just us. That's just Philly. If you don't like it, don't rap with us. Don't talk with us. Because you're going to understand what you're going to get. You need to understand what you're going to get. And I'm telling you right now, the San Francisco 49ers game just got circled for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's check what week is that? Let me check real quick. So everybody knows now. Because that game is getting the run around December 3rd, 425. Money Pop will be in the building. For sure. And Deebo, I hope you show out. You better show out. Because you're going to hear it from this crowd. I tell you that right now. Because the boo-hooing's got to stop, bruh. Lace them up and let's go. And if you show up, that's what you're supposed to do. Your name is Deebo Samuels for a reason. But if you don't, ooh, ooh, you're going to get on Twitter, have them Twitter fingers popping, Instagram's popping, threads popping. Oh, man, I can't wait, man. I can't wait for this season, man. But that's my little Eagles 15-minute rant, man. We want to always keep it less and light, 15 minutes. If you are watching right now, thank you for watching first and foremost. Thank you for the support. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Threads. The name is now Money Pop Betting, right? It's now Money Pop Betting. As always, Money Pop Podcast, but the new name is Money Pop Betting. So make sure you go ahead, tell a friend and tell a friend. This is Moss Money. This is Money Pop Podcast. Another Eagles rant in the books.